The oracle concerning Duma, one calling to me from Seir. Watchman, what time of the night? Watchman, what time of the night? Other translations say, what of the night? What of the night? The watchman says, morning comes, and also the night. If you will inquire, inquire. Come back again. Now, what do you have in this situation? Basically, you have this person crying out who is in darkness, and he wants to know, what time is it? When are we getting out of this darkness? When is it going to be morning? And the watchman says, morning is coming, but also the night. Also the night. If you'll inquire, inquire again. So essentially you have a situation of darkness and people craving the light. And the watchman says, yes, light is coming, but it will be overcome with the night again. And essentially, this is basically where the human race is at the moment. We're in a great time of darkness, right? If you saw the videos coming out of Maui, Hawaii, it was what people, I'm just going to say what people were describing it as. They were saying it's a hellscape, apocalyptic, biblical. It looks like the pit of hell. I mean, if you watch those people driving on the street trying to escape those fires, they were driving through terrible scenes. And I believe these are judgments of God. I'm not going to try to tease out why God did what he did in Hawaii. That's for God to know. That's for me to just be amazed at how everything has unfolded. But I do believe that the human race is under the judgments of God, and that things are intensifying on the earth because the human race is in sin, and we largely don't want to turn to the Lord Jesus Christ. And this is something that obviously John's Apocalypse, the last book of the Bible, speaks to. And so many of us are craving some good news. There's a popular new belief in Christianity. The root idea of it is not new, but this particular theology is called Christian nationalism. And this is a newfound popular idea among many conservative Christians because they want to wipe out the darkness of the human race. Basically, they want to take political power and institute biblical principles as human laws. But what is this really? This is really an example of people who are found in great darkness, and they're saying to this person on the watchtower, they're saying, watchman, what time of the night? Watchman, what time of the night? Now, of course, a watchman takes shifts, right? So he knows how many hours or so, how many intervals of time it's been since sunset. He knows this typically. But all the watchman can say is morning is coming, but also the night. We are in darkness, and we will have, of course, there's going to be moments of bright spots coming. There will be good news coming. But the night is mainly what's coming. And so essentially, this is basically all, let's say that the Christian nationalists, as they call themselves, were successful. They take the halls of power all over the world or something, and they institute the Bible as the law. Well, we've been in that situation before. We've been in the situation where we have countries that have biblical laws, etc. You know, the Puritans, one of the holiest groups of people in human history, did just that. They overthrew the King of England. They had him killed, and they took up power. It was called the Commonwealth of England. And in this time, there were biblical laws, and people couldn't play games on Sunday and things like that. They instituted those things. But it doesn't seem that those kinds of methods typically work for very long. They don't seem to create lasting peace. Why? Because the corruption of man goes so deep. The corruption of the human heart is so deep. And so even if we have a bright spot, even if whoever the hero of the day is comes in and makes things better for a while, there's still night. There's still darkness. And until Jesus Christ comes and vanquishes the darkness of human wickedness forever, we will still have a night. We'll still have night coming. So the real hope, as Peter says, set your hope fully on the glory that will be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. That's our real hope, is for the human heart to be washed finally and completely of all sin and evil. And that's something that will, I believe, only happen finally at the return of Jesus. But this particular passage of being in the night and things being very bad, this reminds me of Matthew chapter 25, which says, verse 1, "Then the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 wise. For when the foolish took their lamps, they took no oil with them, but the wise took flasks of oil with their lamps. As the bridegroom was delayed, they all became drowsy and slept. But at midnight there was a cry, 'Here is the bridegroom. Come out to meet him.' Then all those virgins, that is the wise and the foolish, trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, 'Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out.' But the wise answered, saying, 'Since there will be not enough for us and for you, rather go to the dealers and buy for yourselves.' And while they were going to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the marriage feast, and the door was shut. Afterward, the other virgins came also, saying, 'Lord, Lord, open to us.' But he answered, 'Truly I say to you, I do not know you. Watch, therefore, for you do not know the day nor the hour.'" So here you have these virgins going to a wedding, and it says that the kingdom of heaven, it says, is like these virgins. It says that the kingdom of heaven is like all 10 of them, by the way, the wise and the foolish, the ones who are welcome to the feast, and those who Jesus says, or in this context, the bridegroom of the feast, he says, "Truly I say to you, I do not know you." He says the kingdom of heaven is like that. So here you have darkness enveloping them, and that is the real problem. They'll have a little bit of light, at least. Some have more light than others as account of their oil to keep going. But certain of them were not equipped to deal with a prolonged, as it says, delayed visit from the bridegroom. And so only those who had prepared for a delay, for a long journey that is, are able to come in. If you are the person, like the person saying to the watchman, "Watchman, what of the night? What of the night? Come on, morning, morning, morning. Let's bring morning. Come on, we want light, we want light." The watchman seems very calm, does he not? He says, "Morning certainly is coming, but also the night is coming." If you are not prepared for a prolonged darkness, a prolonged night, you're probably not going to be one of the virgins or one of the Christians that is welcomed by the Lord Jesus into the feast. If you're not ready to endure horrific things for your faith, you're not ready for the Lamb. I mean, it says, Watch, therefore, for you do not know the day nor the hour. Now, what does it mean to watch? It basically means to pay attention at all times. It means you never slack off in any way in the duties of being a Christian. You don't stop reading the Bible because you want to binge Netflix. That's not one of the wise virgins. The wise virgins work hard so that they can have enough oil in their lamp. So I'm not decrying all leisure, of course. I think leisure is something that God invented for our blessing and for our good. But if leisure has a preeminent place in your life to where you don't have sufficient time with God and His Word to be ready for a prolonged darkness, then I'm afraid you've chosen the wrong religion. This is not a part-time religion. Being a Christian is not a religion you can slack off in and get ahead or even get in. So today I just want to call you to take all these things that are happening across the world, what looks like a firebomb in Hawaii. That's what it looks like. I'm not saying it is that. That's what it looks like. The torrential, just one bad event after another. What is like a nighttime, just complete darkness, and all you're longing for is the day. Be the sort of Christian who, yes, you want the morning. No Christian wants darkness. No Christian wants filth. No Christian wants evil. No Christian wants opportunity for sin in the world. But be the sort of Christian who can be an all-weather Christian. You can endure the night. You're the watchman. Your job is to stay up at night, right? You're the watchman. And interesting, I just caught that now. In the Isaiah passage, it's a watchman. What does Jesus say here in Matthew 25? He says, watch. So your job is not to sleep at night. Of course, get sleep. I'm not saying don't sleep. However, don't sleep if you feel the Lord is wanting you to stay up and read the Word or pray or wait or watch. Be ready. You never know. You never know what the right obedience will be for Jesus to signal to His angels, this is mine. So just never take a day off. That's all I got to say. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Nate. I run Jesus People SF. This is sort of a web teaching ministry that I started to basically have a way to preach the word in season and out of season. And I encourage you to like and subscribe. This will tell YouTube to send this out to other people if you found this helpful. I appreciate that there are people out there who do occasionally donate. My hope and dream is to become a full-time minister. However, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to preach the word, just like Paul, whether it's building tents or whatever God gives me to do to be able to keep speaking His word. So, thank you again for tuning in. It means a lot, especially if you watched this far. It means that you care about the word preached. That's all I'll say about that. This is just the word, as best I can convey it in truth to you. Stay watchful and be encouraged. If you feel like you want to have a conversation about this particular topic, leave a comment, or I'm going to leave my email at the end of this video so you can email me if you so choose. Have a good day. Bye.